God damn it.
No, wait another year until he comes into the future for Back to the Future 2.
Good. I almost just said good point, and if I'm thinking about it, no, not a good point.
That's a horrible point, but yes, I'd love
awful,
to try it.
Awful point.
Based on the hoverboard, we just have to assume that is a divergent time stream. Sorry.
Yes. Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Damn it.
Okay, so the current plan is to make the most epic 3-Pac song ever.
Yes, if we make a work of art of sufficient quality, we can get this piece of the time stream protected by a historical preservation society. And trust me, when time travel is actually involved, the historical preservation societies take their shit seriously. It's probably the only way that we can get this place time locked. Oh shit! If I get this place time locked, I'm stuck here with you ass fucks. We're gonna have to time this carefully.
By the way, out of character question. Does Colonel Klink know about the time cops yet?
We told him, I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought we told him, yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty explicit about those.
Yeah.
By the way, there are time cops. Okay. All right.
You're going to have to work with them if your goal is actually to get the time stream sealed off by the Historical Preservation Society. You know that, right?
Well.
Don't piss off the time cops too much if that's your plan. And you haven't yet.
We haven't yet.
Keyword yet.
Yeah. There's so much room going there.
So is it time to create the greatest show on Earth? And
So-
Vorlon?
You need to be more clear to me. How are you doing the audio?
Speakers on the spaceship.
Well, what I was saying is that good hip-hop needs high production value, so you need
Well, it's...
or like a studio. But there's, as we discussed, there are many different options, so it's a matter of,
I need to look something up really quick.
If
I do own a record label, according to historical record.
where's your studio?
It is in New Jersey.
Quest?
He is a New Jersey native.
The entire New Jersey.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to take my...
Hold on. It's only really sinking in right now. I can't believe I'm only noticing this. Emmanuel, are you playing John Bon Jovi with Chainsaw Hands?
Yes.
Well, that was the whole idea.
My name is John Bon Chainsaw.
John Bon.
I did not know you were John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to quit out of my Wikipedia page for GURPS Time Travel.
Oh, no.
It's real. Won an Orange Award in 1991. And type in John Bon Jovi just to make sure we're doing this correctly.
Independent label, yep. Jamco Records.
Oh, my God. Sorry,
Born in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Oh, Jesus.
a holographic AI of Tupac, which at this point has metastasized
Yes.
into a veritable...
You guys need to fly to Perth Amboy to get to John Bon Chainsaw's house/recording studio.
Okay.
That doesn't sound too difficult.
Good thing we have a spaceship.
And the guy who can drive it.
Yeah. Okay.
See, those points and drive always come in useful.
drive anything.
Look, we know about points and drive because no one seems to ever
take it.
I take
have
one
one.
literally every time. I'm always the one guy.
I did not know that John Bon Jovi's actual last name was Bon Jovi.
But you thought he was faking? I don't... Oh god, my brain.
Okay, so yeah, someone give us a drive roll.
Alright, that
maybe
would...
repost.
I do need Litwidla.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. Alright. And it's... How many d6s do I roll?
It's the roll is 4d3 minus 8.
4d3 minus... Okay. There I am. Viper. Hi. Viper. What's game? Alright, much better. 4d3. Okay, that's 1 plus... Total of 4.
Alright. So...
I assist driving myself.
I would hope so.
Alright, so the bridge is now, alight with activity. Set a course for Perth Amboy. And you start gliding in the general direction at a high rate of speed. And indeed, the helicopters immediately take up chase. So,
Oh, right, the helicopters.
Is the
God, if
accurate
only we
label
had a
still
spaceship,
chasing
we
us?
should shoot them down.
Who just
okay,
watched this.
let's just clarify this. They are news helicopters.
Oh no, not these guys.
Which
Oh,
means,
that's fine.
one, they're unarmed. And two, if you shoot them down, you're not going to make your time situation better.
Well, they
Actually,
can't shoot
Sorry, I
back.
thought that was the Columbia Records stuff that was going.
They
Other than
might
that,
still be chasing you, but you haven't seen the phalanx of lawyers yet.
Actually, that's okay. It's at this point,
That's fine.
that's free publicity then.
That is.
We
that is
put
none of my-
out a press statement saying that Tupac is making a posthumous comeback, and will be releasing a single by the end of the day.
Again, it's going to be like the 4th time he does that.
Yeah.
That's why it's 3-pack, actually.
Yeah, 3-pack, yeah.
So fortunately for you, John Bon Chainsaw has, partially from his music career and partially from the possibly fraudulent lawsuit that came out of the cyber surgery to get Chainsaw Hands, has quite a nice house, and there's plenty of space to land the flying saucer in the backyard. So now all you have to do is get into that studio and make an epic rap song.
This sounds simple, which is terrifying.
Seamus
All
is
you
like,
need to do is get into the studio. It's like, all right, he has the keys, doesn't he?
Oh yeah,
Wait,
yeah, no, you get into
yeah.
the house fine.
Yeah.
Though John Von Chainsaw wisely hands the keys off to someone with actual fine manipulation.
Yes.
Actual
Yeah.
fingers.
Grecian.
I sort of assumed that he inserts one of the chainsaws as a key.
The entire studio is done up with voice commands, so he doesn't have to touch anything.
Fair enough.
His guitar has strings made out of titanium, and instead of instead of holding it, it actually bolts into one of his arms.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the vibrations that alters how the strings move.
we
I'm
are.
okay with
Are
that.
they good vibrations?
We are the worst people. We are, in fact.
You're
the-
moving into the studio, and suddenly you hear a very aggressive knock at the door.
That's gonna probably be Columbia Records.
I put my hand on my gun. Gotta go to open the door.
Outside, you see what looks like 6 lawyers in suits, backed by what appears to be an armed SWAT team. And the first one hands you a piece of paper. It's a cease and desist notice, and he says, 3-pack has a tracking device that goes off anytime he's within 50 feet of a recording studio.
You know, I
Okay,
should have seen that
give me a
coming.
second here.
Do you care to explain just what it is you think you're doing?
I step forward and say, we're recording a collaboration.
John Bon Chainsaw.
Yes. It's worked before, the rap rock mix. Have you heard of Public Enemy?
You've been on our radar ever since you signed to Island Records. You knew our deal was worth more in residuals. He shakes his fist. Residuals! I've got my eye on you.
You boys don't clear out of here
No.
soon. You're gonna be a residual stain on the floor. Side note: 80s.
Oh god.
The SWAT team are drawing their guns. He says, we're just going to stay here.
Okay.
And when you come out of that studio, whenever you come out of that studio, we'll have a contract ready for you. And don't think we're going to let you redline it.
There's got to be a bloody slaughter or red line pun somewhere here. I just need to find it.
Yeah, the problem is that the lawyer is actually very earnestly talking about the contract. He's not making violent allusions.
Actually,
For
though,
you,
now-
that's up to you.
What about streaming rights? You see, we have been to the future, and there is a time when people do not buy music.
I shut the door.
It's only streamed to you. How does your contract account for this?
All right. Hold on a second. Let me handle this. I step up. All right. Do you want to know the names and birthplaces of the best hip hop artists for the next 50 years?
Okay, what part of not breaking the times
Yeah.
he doesn't
Well, actually, though,
Yeah,
hey,
All of it. In
I might
fact.
know some mob lawyers who could help out sort through the contract.
that might be a good idea.
Yeah,
That's the only good idea I've heard in the past 5 minutes.
contract roles to get our lawyers to negotiate an amicable settlement in which both parties can make a little bit of money.
Actually, we don't care about the money on this, and we want this to be as widely distributed as possible.
Actually,
yes.
yeah, to help essentially have to help
Yeah.
broker a deal with the lawyers so that they get as much exposure as possible.
I'm not sure we can make that work. Because everyone in the record industry knows that the easiest way to get exposure is to release something for free. And I'm just not feeling it. My paycheck just isn't feeling it.
Oh, come on. You get all your revenues off the concerts anyway.
Actually,
No. The artists get all the revenue off the concerts because we bleed them dry in the albums. Come on.
I can't believe this is my life. I'm arguing
hey,
with
Hey,
these lawyers.
Skippy, do you happen to have a program that would involve? I don't know. I'm trying to think. How much you guys make a shit ton of money on iTunes downloads, right?
Wait, hold on a second, guys. I might be forgetting my time, or forgetting which time zone I'm in. Are lawyers still a protected species in this era?
Fortunately, not.
Oh, well, that makes this easy then. I turn and shoot him.
And there we go.
And
And
there's the
there it
SWAT
is.
team. John, I think we need to do another cocktail.
All right, so
Oh, right, the SWAT team. I forgot about that.
Right, just what?
this is an amusing scene. You're talking to the lawyer, you're arguing with the lawyer. You whip out your time Luger and double tap the two lawyers. And then you look up and see a dozen armed men who pull out their assault rifles and all start pointing them at you. And you just say, ah, crap. I forgot about the SWAT team.
Oh yeah, the SWAT team.
Okay.
Robot
Like an
minions,
initiative roll?
ahoy!
All right, so let's figure things out. So we're gonna start with the geography of it. Outside the front of the house, for simplicity's sake, right now is going to be one zone. Basically, you have kind of a gated front yard, and it's small enough that within one turn you could conceivably move through it or attach someone in it. If you leave or they leave the driveway out onto the street, that'll be another zone. Inside the house, you have kind of a front entryway and like living space on the first floor. The entryway will be one zone. The recording studio is in the basement. Because you have to go downstairs to get to that zone, you need to take a full turn to make a move action. So, there will be other zones in the house, but I'm going to leave it vague until, you make a mess of everything.
That's a solid plan.
Which will be, 5 to 10 minutes, max. Anyways. So what
Hey, we want the most epic hip hop song of all time has to have the SWAT team trying to break down the door and shoot the guy
Actually, yeah,
inside while
let's
he's
get some
recording.
videos.
Man, those gun samples
Actually,
are so realistic. Yeah, samples.
Yeah. Guys, Skippy, do you have John? Do you have video cameras in the house? Because we could totally use this video for the music video.
There's news
Cop-
Don't
Time
forget the
Cop
news
Killer.
helicopters all around watching this too.
So this thing is going to be called Time Cop Killer?
Time cut. Okay. All right, so let's see, who do we have? I'm doing the SWAT as two mobs because that's easier. 3-pack, we have
Or are we rolling initiative? Or
in Fate, initiative is just done by your notice skill.
Okay, I was just wondering what everyone was rolling for.
I don't know what everyone's rolling for. I'm doing this all on a spreadsheet, which I will say with you in a minute. So we have 3-pack, we have Clunk, we have Skippy.
And it's notice or awareness for.
It's notice for.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, who am I missing? All right, Viper. Oh, JBC, right. One chainsaw. Okay. So to start. All right. 3-pack, what's your notice?
It's I don't have it.
Okay, 0. All right. Colonel Clunk, what's your notice?
1.
1. Skippy, what's your notice?
1.
1. Joey, what's your notice?
2.
2. Viper, what's your notice?
Specifically stunt 4.
4.
Yeah.
Jump on Chainsaw, what's your notice?
2.
2. Okay. Can I do filters for this?
Hey John, want to do a repeat of the Vorlon ship?
Oh, I'm still in a Vorlon suit.
You are.
Okay, so now we're going to just briefly cover where everyone is. Viper, you're in the front entryway by the door, right?
Right.
Okay, front doorway. That means you can enter the inside zone or the outside zone pretty much without using a move action right now, but you have to choose one or the other when you're at. Joey, where are you? Are you also at the front door?
If that's where John is, sure, yes.
Well, John, where are you? Are you in the studio or are you at the door?
Actually, I'll,
I'm at the door. I
You're
was
at the
there
door.
with the group talking.
Okay. That means, Joey, you're also in the front doorway. Colonel Clunk, you're obviously in the front doorway because you just shot.
Yep.
yeah, obviously.
Oh, I forgot the lawyer. Okay. We're gonna get to that later. Skippy, are you still on the ship? Because
Yes, I am.
You move.
I was in the engine room, I believe.
Yep. Okay.
Working on the robot minions.
Okay. Skippy's in the UFO engine room. And 3-pack, you already went down to the studio, right?
Yep, got started recording. Well, I guess pre-gaming.
Basement studio. So you are not currently in a zone where combat is going on. And let me just, okay, let me unfilter these.
What about the robot minions with his personality? Are they on the ship or?
God damn, all the photo on this.
Oh, right.
The robot minions are on the ship.
2-pack is everywhere.
Well, some of them also need to be in the recording studio, you know, setting up.
Yeah, backup dancing.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 2 robot minions on the ship and 2 robot minions in the studio. So none of them are directly involved in combat, but that means if you have control over the minions, you can call them to help. And because... Oh, I should number them. Hang on.
It's robots, that's why.
And as soon as I'm done with this spreadsheet, I will save it with you all. Well, I wonder if this will do autofill. Okay, robot minion 1, 2. Does it do 3 and 4? Yes! Oh, awesome. Okay. Where's the look at the notice 1? Robot minions, I look at the notice 1. Location. Sorry, just setting this up. So we had 2 in the basement. Where in the UFO are the ones in the UFO? Are they on the bridge or in the engine room? What?
There's they're probably going to be in the bridge, right? Because that's where everyone else was for the film setup.
Makes sense.
I just misspelled UFO. Way to go. Okay. So notice sort C through A. Okay. Now file share. Okay. For 614 phase initiatives. Changed. Anyone with a link, save. See. Okay. Everyone pay attention to the Skype. That is the link for the initiative sheet. All right.
Okay, oh jeez.
We
Oh, wow.
started.
We needed a spreadsheet, Jesus.
yes.
Okay.
Right.
let's-
I think so. Person up first is Viper.
Yes, Viper, you go first.
I'm in the front doorway,
You've
and
just labeled 5 turns. That is extremely optimistic.
Yes.
Okay.
I would agree.
So we started combat by Colonel Clunt double tapping 2 lawyers. There are 3 lawyers left.
So do those lawyers just disappear in time?
No, they're dead.
No, the time lawyer, remember?
Well, just because they're time bullets does not mean that that's the only thing they can do. They can also, kill people.
No, they're
Yes,
dead.
but
Their-
they
their
kill people
bodies are-
and then send their bodies out away, so you don't have to deal with.
Oh,
the
right. So there's no lawyerly bodies. That's correct.
Yes.
that's good. So I'm assuming SWAT 1 and SWAT 2 are like a bunch of SWAT folk.
Yes, they are each mobs of 6.
Mobs
That
of
means in Fate is that a mob typically has as many. Let's just put that.
As many stress points as the people who you have in there.
Yes. So I said there was a dozen people on the SWAT team. So each of them have 6 stress points.
Okay.
We'll be hitting that pretty fast.
I am going to Viper will sigh. This is that kind of day.
Okay, that could be a free action.
He's going to sigh as a free action, and then he's going to lift up his little silenced scope submachine gun.
Right.
Right.
And he's going to open fire with extreme prejudice. He's going to target SWAT 1,
Okay.
but I'm going to invoke no concept of collateral damage to try to catch some lawyers in the crossfire.
Okay, here's how I'm going to do that. If you don't damage the SWAT team,
Oh no.
nothing happens. If you do
Okay.
damage the SWAT team, any
Splash or over, splash damage or
if
over.
you make at least 1 point go through, the top 2 points will go to the lawyer. So if you do 2 points of damage, you'll damage one SWAT team by
And one
roll
more.
the fucking dice. I'll tell you later.
Roll the
Yeah.
dice.
Okay.
4, 3. Spend 8 points. That's -1 plus 2 because no concept of collateral damage.
Right.
So total 5.
Wait, what?
Well, the roll was 5.
5 for a gun. Because it's -1 on his roll, +2 for his attribute, and then his skill for guns is 4.
Okay. Does the 5 count the invoke?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Here's how we're going to do this. 5 points. Now, the SWAT team is armored.
Okay.
I'm going to say that because, it's typical police armor, it's armor 1.
All
Which
right.
reduces your total by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because 2 points came from the invoke, those 2 are going to be going to the lawyers.
Okay.
So you do 2 points of damage to SWAT 1.
Okay. Very good.
And lawyer 1, because it's no concept of collateral damage, you're spraying. So lawyer 1 is going to have to take a stress box, and lawyer 2 is also going to have to take a stress box.
All right. Very good. And I still have a move action, yes? How does that work?
Well,
Yeah, running away would have been athletics. I think at that point you made your action, I think.
Oh, okay.
so
All right.
well, here's how it works because you guys are in the doorway. The doorway is essentially an interface between 2 zones, the entryway to the house and the front yard. So what you can do for basically a free action is move into one zone or the other.
I'm going to move into the entryway.
Okay, so basically you spray at them while backing up and hiding behind the door and going, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Not so much, oh god, just cops.
Yes, we have to imitate you every time you put on the face. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
SWAT, it's the SWAT teams. Actually,
They're actually pretty competent at this kind of thing.
This is
That's what
why.
they train
This is
for.
why.
Okay, here's how we're gonna do it.
This is why I'm back in
Joey?
the entryway.
Joey and John Bon. Well, hang on. Joey and John Bon Chainsight. Why don't each of you make a roll against your notice? No invokes. Just roll against your notice and give me a number. Actually,
Okay.
if considering this is going to determine whether or not you go before the SWAT team if you want to invoke.
Sadly, I don't think I have anything that's invocable. But we'll see how desperate I get. And that's a -3.
I guess we can. This is to determine if we go before.
Yes.
Okay. They are attacking my recording studio. So
This is true.
I invoke former New Jersey celebrity and I start humming "Wanted, Dead or Alive."
Oh, God. Fair.
And with
Okay. So what do you roll for your sub-initiative roll?
it's -8, right?
Yeah.
It might be.
40,
Okay.
so 42
Okay.
minus 8. So that means if you roll a 6, that's a -2.
Okay. So +2 after skills and the invoke.
Okay, so is that +2 after the skills and the invoke. Okay.
You just heads up, I completely did horrible on that, so
So what did you
At-
get?
negative. Actually, including it's -1, I think.
Okay, so
Because
let me
notice
just put this in. Okay.
because my notice is 2, and I rolled a -3,
So,
so I'm probably bad.
-1 sub roll. And then Jumbo Chainsaw has a +2 sub roll. And I'm gonna do the sub rolls for the 2 SWAT teams. I can find
This is why I backed into the entryway, because I'm pretty sure the front doorway is about to become a bloodbath.
Uh-oh.
Full of chopped up lawyers and dead
Oh,
dead
okay.
cyber techs.
SWAT 2 goes first. SWAT 2 is also the healthy one.
Oh. Bye, guys.
So, the surprise round's over, which is good because it means that when they shoot you, not if they shoot you, when they shoot you, you get to roll against it. But they are going to start riddling the front of the house with bullets. I'm going to roll their shoot skill. And in the event that they succeed, you will be able to make an athletics roll to reduce the shifts of damage.
Okay, and okay, yeah. You can use scenery aspects as a Yeah, use scenery aspects, right?
Well, what scenery aspects are in play? Generally, unless it's something that's obviously already there, you need to create an advantage to have said scenery aspect. But
Isn't like the wall. Isn't like it gives me a little bit of cover and concealment as I drop to the ground.
so you can definitely use that to explain when you succeed your dodge, but that's not a scene
Okay.
aspect. So
Okay.
yes, you can dive behind the wall for cover, but it's not going to get you a +2.
Okay. Fair enough.
Fortunately for you, these guys didn't roll so well. So they riddle the front of the house with holes and get ready to charge, but you know, it's like suppressing fire,
Suppressing fire.
and they don't manage to actually hit any of you. Now, if one of you wants to say, I stand still during this, you know, I can have you get shot, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't feel like
So
doing that,
basically,
no.
they're shooting so wildly that you're able to dive out of the way without,
particularly using athletics.
without really needing a skill check.
Yeah.
Now,
Bob and weave slightly.
I'm going to have... Oh, whoops. Oh.
That might create an aspect of suppressing fire, though, against us, right?
Well, they opted to try to shoot you rather than try to create an advantage. So for the time,
enough.
no.
Well, that would have been a fun idea, suppressing fire, and then the second group. Don't give the GM ideas. Don't.
Well, as it turns out, So SWAT 1 and John Bun Chainsaw are acting pretty much at the same time.
What's your plan, Joey? Should I just go in or wait for drugs, or what do you think?
If you want to, because the drugs I think give you a +2 on everything last time, along with it. If you'd like to go first, this could survive to 2 rounds, and I might get the chance to dose you anyway. So if actually knowing you, you could probably finish off one of the SWAT groups right now.
I yell that the Vorlon Empire laughs at your attacks.
Oh, right, you're wearing a meat suit. I forgot.
Yes, right.
And then I charge one, the more wounded one, SWAT.
You
Actually,
charge-
no, I attack the one that's going to go. Actually, no, they go simultaneously, right?
In essence, you're all going simultaneously, which also means that I may, depending on how things work, the bullets flying may interfere with your jumping right towards them, but we'll see when we get to that.
Okay, so I'll attack the more wounded one.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess it's probably worth spending an invoke. I'm going to invoke Chainsaw Warrior. Actually, you know what? Make it the less wounded one, since the other one is going to get to go anyway.
And it's also they're happening at the same time too, so.
All right, so that's a plus
3.
1.
Plus
So
on a
that's-
roll.
So that's a +9 total after the invoke and base.
Oh god, yes.
Oh,
What
right, I
the-
forgot the skill. I
Yeah.
was thinking 5, and I forgot the skill. Well, all right. I think they're going to
Chunky salsa.
invoke a necessary aspect, bullets flying, and they're going to roll athletics.
To try to mitigate. Run away!
So that's a +0 plus their athletics score, which being that they are a well-trained SWAT team is going to be 2.
I am personally
Let's-
offended
let's
that the
fly-
New Jersey SWAT would attack one of its most eminent citizens.
And their armor. Okay.
My is weapon 2.
Did we ever install that rocket launcher onto his chainsaw hand?
God, no, thank God. We will never get that rocket launcher.
All right, and yours is
We tried in 2 timelines to get that rocket launcher. It's not gonna happen.
Okay,
We tried.
so you're attacking the healthier one.
Yes.
Okay. You dealt them 5 damage. Which didn't actually kill them off. There's a bunch of people dead, and there's one guy holding his gun and just kind of shaking.
Oh no.
SWAT 1 now has an obvious threat. They are going to shoot you.
All over the shrubbery. You got it on the shrubbery, John.
All right. So, same deal. They are going to shoot. After they shoot, you can use athletics to mitigate some of the damage.
I'm in melee. Can I parry with my chainsaw?
Oh.
Parry
No.
bullets.
No, you can't.
God.
He did block the laser blast that one time.
Oh.
All right, so
Oh.
the +2 on the roll, plus the shoot skill of 2, plus what was it? There was another. What was the 1 for? Oh, right, weapon 1. No, they're lawn guns, weapon 2. Okay, so
And
it's
does
a 6, and you get to roll athletics against that.
does Vorlon Flesh give me any bonus?
God.
God damn.
No.
Armor bonus.
So
No.
what's your athletics score?
It's gonna be an effective +3.
Okay. So effective +3 means that you mitigate 3 shifts of damage, but you still take 3 stress,
Okay.
which you have stress boxes to do with that. Everyone has 2 stress boxes, so that means you have
Minimal.
a 3 stress box. All right.
And you can take a mild
Next.
consequence, which lasts the rest of the scene.
Okay. So now we have. Jesus, everyone has a notice of 1. Okay.
Actually, I haven't gone yet, so
Oh, you haven't gone yet.
I haven't
Oh.
since I was the last. in
Right,
order
because
of
you were the
choose.
last in the 2. So yes, you are right. It is your turn.
I look at I look at John looking out, just jumping out into the fray, away from my cover. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going out in there. Hey, Viper, want some speed? I'm offering Viper the chance to get combat drugged up. It is the 80s.
Ah. Only in Viper's head.
So you are spending the turn to offer combat dreads to Viper.
Yeah, if not, yeah. Actually, no. I'm just gonna kind of reach across because I have my arm and kind of give him a quick injection of them.
You're going to involuntarily inject Viper with combat dreads.
So
Yes.
Viper is being cautious, right?
Yeah.
You notice there's a dozen cops with guns.
Yeah.
Of the cops. So he backs into the entryway, gun blazing to cover his retreat, and then he feels a prick in his neck and looks over and goes, "You son of a bitch."
But it works really well with Joey. It worked well with John.
Just start frothing at the mouth.
Okay. So that is
It
the end
seemed
of the
like a
round.
good idea.
Notice 2.
Yes.
And now we have notice 1. So my first question is, robot minions. Who is giving them instructions? Because since they're not actively involved in the combat, I'm going to skip them unless someone's going to give them instructions.
I'd imagine.
Well, they have 3POC software on them, so I'm pretty sure 3POC's controlling them at this point.
Okay. So the ones in the studio,
Too many incarnations.
if they have any instructions other than dropping sick beats and providing backup vocals, 3-pack, you can do that. But if they don't, then, you guys can just stay in the studio since you're not in combat yet.
Keep dropping the fat beats.
Do I hear any commotion upstairs?
You probably hear the, large caliber gunfire.
I thought it was a good studio. Where is the,
Oh,
sound
quiet,
isolation?
this is the
Soundproofing.
studio.
He's
Hey, you might not hear anything.
with the music being pumped into his headphones, probably. Or
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Skippy and those minions, and 3-pack and those minions, you're going to go about your business. Skippy, you are aware of the combat, but you're not involved. 3-pack, you might not be aware of the combat since you're in, a sound insulated recording studio. So what I am going to do is Clunk. You are going to roll an opposed notice roll against the lawyers.
I think it might have irritated them slightly.
perhaps.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
but all the lawyers are armed with their cease and desist notices, so,
Yeah.
engaging them in
Cease and
direct
desist.
combat might work, or it might just attract the attention of, everyone else there.
Okay, so mine is a 0.
Yours
Net
is
effective.
okay.
Yeah. Notice of 1, -1 on the dice.
All right. Well, I'm going to roll for the lawyers then. Theirs is an effective +1. But now here's the interesting question. If you are a lawyer, either unarmed or maybe lightly armed, I haven't decided yet, behind you is a SWAT team firing assault rifles, in one case almost into the air, and there's blood being splashed on you from a psycho with a chainsaw. In front of you is the man who just killed 2 of your compatriots with a time luger. What would you do?
Run.
Exactly.
Time logger.
So now I'm going to try to decide. All right.
Whether or not Emmanuel gets.
All right, I'm going.
Are the lawyers smart or stupid?
I'm
Wait,
going
so
to.
they'd be-
Okay, I'm going to invoke wrong place, wrong time to try and herd them into the gunfire of the police.
Ooh, okay. What skill are you going to use?
Let's see here. Probably shoot.
Okay.
Okay.
Make
yeah,
a
like,
roll.
like,
Let's see what
you're
happens.
trying to guide him in. Bullets and puts them.
All right, I have a difficulty in mind.
I forgot the weapons.
Okay, so with the invoke, and a +3 on shoot, that is a 4.
Okay. With that, you have successfully created the scene aspect, lawyers in the crossfire. Anyone in this combat zone can invoke that aspect to either A, make it more difficult for the SWAT team, or B,
Kill
hurt
some
the lawyers.
lawyers.
Okay, I'm gonna end up doing that.
Okay, so let me just put that down. Clunk. Create advantage. Lawyers in the crossfire. Now, the 2 damaged lawyers are going to try to exit the scene. However, because you succeeded at that, they are now in the oncoming path of the SWAT team. So that's
Or
attempt to
Viper
move to zone street and attempt to move to zone street. That means the next turn, if they're still alive, then, well, they
get
will
there.
run away. The
On that-
last lawyer is going to try to enter the house.
What a mistake.
Oh.
Which means he's going to try to bowl past Colonel Plunk.
Okay.
Oh, what this is going to be is an opposed athletics roll. So I'm going to roll athletics for him because he's a lawyer. No, there's no real reason for him to be trained in athletics.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a straight roll. Ooh! That is a -4.
Yeah, he got me.
Oh. That is. Wow.
That's,
Just statistic.
Wait a minute. Okay.
That's statistically
I just think
unlikely.
he needs
Realize
a
I
time
haven't
travel.
rolled yet. That was your roll. Oh!
Oh.
That's a +4.
+4 against the -4. So.
Axe.
Holy crap. Lawyers got game.
The dice love the story. They don't like me.
So-
I did just invoke my trouble on this one, so I guess that's fair enough.
So not only does the lawyer successfully, stiff arm you, he swipes your time luger as he runs toward the basement door.
No.
I think that's going to end worse for him than it will for me.
Okay, lawyer 3 stiff arms Clunk, move in us entryway now to basement studio. Okay, so Clunk, you have been disarmed and you're off balance, but that may or may not actually affect anything next turn. So if we assume the basement studio, okay, so
Dropping fat beats.
okay.
Mark wants to know. His response is, "Dare I even ask?"
Oh,
you want me
we
to
have
get
to do? You know what we have to do? I don't know if he can access Google Drive. I'm going to try this.
I don't know.
Yeah, we definitely need to save this.
Yeah, I think Emmanuel's recording this right now.
Yeah, and we need to save this document. This document is great.
Oh God, yes.
Replace the time stream with the power of hip hop.
I'm just gonna share Emmanuel Sergey's action for the turn just for him.
Oh my god. God.
Okay, so Joey, remind me what you did again?
I create an advantage on Viper by giving him some combat speed.
All right.
I am thoroughly frothing at the mouth.
Combat speed. Is there anything it can't do?
No. Oh god. Okay. Okay.
Okay, there we go. And Skippy.
Yeah.
Well, I know what you're doing, so I'm just going to write this in.
Okay.
Don't you want to know? Oh no. Hold on. Is Skippy betraying the party again?
All right.
Oh,
No, he's not. I promise he's not betraying the party.
I swear to God, dude. I will find you. God damn it. Okay, so I guess I'm up again. So what are the effects of combat speed?
essentially, essentially +2. Essentially, it's hyper. It's remember we were talking before about how the allies were getting dextroamphetamines.
Right.
So essentially, you're jacked up. Kind of like speed helps you concentrate.
Okay, so it's like a +2 bonus.
Get +2 bonus on actions that that would involve getting the pumped up adrenaline spike and increased focus.
Here's how it's going to work. You get to freely invoke the Drudge for the rest of combat.
Okay.
Every time you invoke the Drudge, I get to compel them later.
Damn it. Okay. All right. Let me think. Time Luger lawyer just went running by me.
I think you can see it. Space Rock Team with SMG also hits lawyers. Mark Destruct ... also hits lawyers.
Okay. All right. If I were to move into the doorway, am I going to be able to see lawyer 1 and lawyer 2?
Can you repeat that one more time?
If I moved into the doorway, could I see lawyer 1? Could I see all the lawyers if I'm in the doorway?
One lawyer is inside. Two
One
lawyers
lawyer's
have just
now behind
run
you
into the
running
crossfire.
basement. The other two are trying to, get out of the way of being shot and have accidentally done exactly the opposite. So you can see the ones outside, or you can turn around and see the one inside, but not both at the same time.
Not both at the same time. Okay. I'm going to move so I can see lawyer 1 and lawyer 2.
Okay.
I'm going to freely invoke the drugs,
Get him there fast.
and I'm going to pay to invoke aftermarket modifications. Because we've been trying to get a rocket launcher this entire time.
Oh God.
But as it turns out, one of the many aftermarket modifications that Joey installed was mini rockets in my chest cavity.
Was what?
Rockets in his. Oh God.
So I usually don't use these, but I'm a little amped up at the moment. Don't have a whole lot of
Yes.
self-control. And I'm just gonna fire mini rockets after the lawyers. Let's see. And what would the one-liner be here? Oh yes, case closed. Misses.
So you're firing rockets out of your chest cavity.
Yes.
The compel I'm about to release on you is called recoil.
Yes.
I
Why
will.
Why did I even install those?
Now,
That makes no sense.
the compel is not going to affect the outcome of your launch.
Yeah. Just,
So roll for that first.
Okay, so this is I'm really invoking the drug because this is not something Viper would do usually.
Yeah.
He's never actually used these before. And another +2 for invoking aftermarket modification. So, okay, so that's -2, shoot, +4, 2 plus a total of 6.
Total of 6. Okay.
Total 6.
So, 2 questions. One, how many rockets can you fire out of your chest cavity?
I'm gonna go with many plus lots. This is Joey who installed these.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, keeping in mind. Actually, you want me to roll craft cyberware for how many I could have packed in?
Oh god, I did say mini rockets. Little
I
tiny
said
thing.
as many as I. It's Joey. Hey Joey, do you want to put how over the top do you want to make this guy? Answer that
Joey,
question.
roll craft cyberware.
Oh, don't fail, please.
Oh, don't worry. I have many. I'm just looking over my sheet right now.
Telling me not to
Showing some
worry.
things
That's
I
great.
can do.
That's great.
Abomination of
Oh.
Science, back alley cybernetic surgeon, and I think I know what that does. Is all possible compels here. So let's see how this works. I'm going to invoke back alley cybernetic surgeon to reroll that.
All right. Just making sure that I am clear. Are you up keeping track of your fate points?
I have.
Yeah,
I have
I'm
not-
down to 2, and I think I'm down to 1. And I think I'm about to go up to 2 because of recoil.
Yeah, I started off at 3. I haven't used any yet, so that was 1. I just used 2. So I'm going to then 1 to reroll, and then I'm going to tack on another. My trouble compelled to experiment. Like I don't know if it was a smart idea to put this many rockets in a person, but I couldn't resist doing it.
You are a jerk.
Okay,
Yeah.
to be clear, Seamus, because the invokes of the drugs are free, any compels that happen during the combat are also free.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fair.
I will give you points for the compels that happen after the combat is over, though, because A, I'm nice, and B, this is amusing.
Yeah. So that's going to be a plus. Oh, I forgot on top of my.
Oh god.
So that's a roll of 3 on top of my craft cyberware of 3. So that's a 6.
That's a lot. If I could send rockets to some SWAT cops too, I would.
So, first, Joey, do you want a fate point?
Oh
Do I ever not want a fate point?
Good
Yes. Does Joey ever not want a
Here's
fate
how this is going to go.
no. Okay.
There's actually a description. +6 is a fantastic outcome. That is the word in the Fate Core hand.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
what I want you to describe to me is what the fantastic outcome would be of stuffing many, many rockets into a person's chest cavity.
And then
That outcome is probably not. It was a fantastic outcome, but you probably weren't thinking it through. Describe
I
that
just-
for me.
Quick thing. Who here has seen Gundam Wing?
Yes.
Imagine Gundam Heavy Arms did that chest cavity only with mini missiles.
My chest is
Essentially
flipped
like
open.
Gatling guns of mini missiles.
Okay.
But I never
so we
thought about
need
the
to
recoil.
You need to Photoshop a picture of someone's chest with this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
Perfect. No, that's not what I wanted. Perfect. Okay. So imagine for a minute that your chest is there instead of an airplane. Everyone look at Twiddler.
I'm waiting for the oh god.
Yeah. I think I'm looking on Joey sees that and thinks and says, "Huh, that might have been a little bit of overkill."
So now I'm compelling recoil.
Yes. Well, hold on. What was the result? Because I rolled a 6, and I don't know what weapon score would these guys have. 2, 3, 4? I don't know.
These would probably be weapon 2.
Okay,
They're
so
mini missiles,
and I rolled a 6.
so they are more effective than bullets of the same size. However, they're probably not that much more effective than lawn guns and assault weapons.
Fair enough.
So you rolled a 6.
Yep.
And I'm going to give the additional bonus. What does that count? The bonus from the combat droids?
That counts the most from the combat drones. Yes.
Okay. So the lawyers and the SWAT team and everyone in the front yard. Most of you guys are in the doorway, so I don't actually think there's too much collateral damage. Well, no, there's a lot of collateral damage, just not friendly fire. First,
Oh God. Oh yeah, what was my invoke you asked to do?
Oh.
oh,
You asked if I wanted a fate point.
yes, that's gonna come later when I'm done
Okay.
describing what happens to Viper.
There's still this shit show to deal with.
All right, so that means that against that 6, Lawyer 1, Lawyer 2, and the 2 SWAT teams all have to make rolls. And I had it described that the lawyers have an athletics of 0, and the SWAT teams have an athletics of 2.
What happens with the advantage lawyers in the crossfire? How does that work?
Ooh, you can invoke that one. He can still do that, I believe.
If you want to, there is a free invoke.
I'll take the free invoke.
If you do the free invoke, what that does is it gives an additional +2 against the lawyers only.
Okay,
On a,
I'm
on
going
a
to do
6.
Lawyer 1 and Lawyer 2 right now.
so a total of 8 against the lawyers.
So that's a +2 against your 6. That's 6 stress boxes. One of them's dead. Lawyer 2. It's a -3 against your 6. He is also dead. SWAT 1. Wait, those are against 8, but it doesn't matter. So it's -1. So that's a +1 against your 6 for 5 stress on SWAT 1. SWAT 1 has 4 points left. They are dead.
Oh no.
SWAT 2 for a +2 against your 6. That's 4 stress points as well against their 1.
That one poor guy.
They are dead. There is one more roll that you have to make because there is one person who moved out into the yard when he decided to melee. John Chainsaw, you need to make an athletics roll against
6.
Viper's 6. Now,
Okay. Now,
I hope you weren't too attached to your azalea bushes, John. I think they're gone.
were you saying something, Aaron?
there is one invoke you can make, which is that due to the situation and the location of the lawyers, you can invoke lawyers in the crossfire to give a bonus to your athletics roll because you can use them as human shields.
Unfortunately, I am out of fate points.
Well, that's just too bad because there's only one free invoke per environmental aspect, which
I
Viper
already
just
ate.
used.
They already ate it to kill extra lawyers.
All right.
And I can't invoke my Vorlon suit for free to take some of the blast.
Well, if you never used the free invoke in making the Vorlon meat suit last time, I suppose you could do that.
Hooray!
Let's see what you have.
The-
What's your athletics score?
It's gonna be an effective 3.
Plus the invoke is a Are you invoking the Vorlon meat suit?
Yes. So I've been wearing this suit of Vorlon meat, and suddenly the shell explodes, and John Bon Chainsaw is revealed.
So does that total include the invoke?
No. So that
It's a
would put
5.
me. Yeah. So that.
Okay.
No wait. Oh, +2 on the roll, so that would put me at 7.
Okay. So the meat suit is destroyed. And suddenly, as the rockets are exploding all around you,
With epic pyrotechnics.
They meet suit.
hang on.
Oh, I'm losing it. If I ever had it, I'm losing it.
I
Bud
hate.
Light designed a pair of shoes that posed a simple challenge. Are you?
Nope.
God damn it.
I was wondering how that would work.
Oh yeah, we should get some endorsement deals.
Guys are monsters. Absolutely.
Damn it! This is so much softer than I thought it would be.
No. I think it works.
But the point is, he comes up in a blaze of glory, and that's the name of the song. So I'm disappointed, but that still works. So let's see what happens. Okay. It's actually still Viper's turn, because now I have to describe what happens. Now, Viper,
Oh no.
you are being propelled backwards by the back blast of your many, many rockets.
Oh, I have an idea.
What's your idea?
My idea is that I'm flung back and I hit the other lawyer.
That was actually what I was thinking.
Okay, good.
See, combat drugs always work.
Make an athletics roll.
Okay. I need to find the Okay, so okay, athletics is a 2. This won't be too. This is gonna be awful. Do I want to spend my last fate point to maybe not blow myself out the back of the house?
Recompel on the drugs. If you wish.
Well, that's the problem. Actually,
You can invoke the drugs again. I'm just not going to promise you're going to like it later.
Yeah, I know. I'm
right,
just,
yeah. So I think I'm just gonna roll my dice and see what happens. I could take some
All right.
consequences if I have to. Ooh, that's good. That's a -8 is 2, +2 is 4.
Okay. So, here's what happens.
Okay.
You are flying backwards through John Bon Chainsaw's house, and you manage to swing around and grab the lawyer as you both slam into a load-bearing wall.
Oh no.
Now, calm down. I'm not going to have the house collapse. That would be just a bit much. But here's how it's going to go. You rolled a total of a 4.
Right.
The energy and damage from the rockets was a 6.
Right.
According to Newton's law, that
Oh,
each action
no.
has an equal and opposite reaction.
Right.
That 6 stress was what was waiting for you when you hit a solid object. However, you rolled a 4 on your athletics roll to get the lawyer. So 4 of those points of stress go to him, and 2 go to you.
I'm entirely okay with
So
this.
now, so that is lawyer 3. So now he gets 4 stress, so that's his 1 and 3 box.
Okay.
And Viper, 2 points means that you probably have to fill in your 3 box.
Has he
So
taken anything? No, he hasn't taken anything yet.
Yes,
Right.
but the 1 box isn't big enough to put
Ah.
2 stress in.
isn't there a box in the what are the 3 boxes again? There's a 1, there's a 3, and there's a
There's a 5 if you have points in physique.
okay. I don't. So I just have the 1 and the 3?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I gotta
Wait,
fill
it's a
three.
1 and a 2, not a 1 and a 3.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Which means lawyer 3 is dead.
Okay.
And
so
what
I
you-
fill in
John Bon Chainsaw, do you have physique?
Yes, 3.
Okay, so you do have a 3 stress box.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did that correctly. All right.
Okay, so my 2 is filled in, and my 1 and my 4?
No. If you don't have physique, you only have a 1 and a 2. But if you took 2 stress, you need to fill in your 2.
Okay, yeah, my 2 is filled in.
So
Okay.
your 2 is filled in.
Yeah.
And when all the stress boxes of an NPC are filled in, they have to decide. Now, when all the stress boxes of an NPC are filled in, they're taken out. When all your stress boxes are filled in, you have to decide if you want to get taken out or take a consequence.
Start taking consequences, right? And they have higher values per.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So you have successfully rocket tackled lawyer 3 to death. Now, this actually pretty much ends the combat, but I need to write up the summary of what Viper did in turn 2.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Yeah, I've given Mark a quick rundown of how things have gone so far. His response was like somewhere a bald man is face palming.
Yeah. Oh.
Captain Picard feels this disturbance and just no.
Oh, that's I'm who's about that line?
Very good.
Oh yes.
Let me go look at this abomination. Launches the plethora of rockets from his chest cavity, killing his swap members while injuring JVC. Backslash sent them flies to the house where he tackles the last lower to a low burning wall to death.
Yep.
Satisfied? I think I had a good turn too.
Yeah, pretty good.
We're going to name this Combat 1. No.
Of the combat one of the day.
Oh my god.
There might not be another one, but there might.
We
So
have-
you have
we have no idea.
successfully defeated Columbia Records.